boy, this is gonna be good, I can tell.
If there is one thing that Americans can agree on is the fact that taxes suck big time. And for most Americans, dealing with taxes can be extremely difficult to understand due to the fact that chances are they have never read a lick of tax law in their lives. But what if someone can help you understand it?
It's easy, okay?
And I'm the type of person that believes that the more you know, the better off you will be. So if you're here to try to get a better understanding of the tax code, this video is made just for you in order to help you get better acquainted with both the United States Code and the corresponding Code of Federal Regulations of Title 26. So, with that said,
lend me your ears. That's disgusting. Hear me!
we're going to start first by taking a look at the United States Code. The United States Code is a consolidation and codification by subject matter of the general and permanent laws of the United States. It is prepared by the Office of the Law Revision Council of the United States House of Representatives. But because this video will be about the tax code, we will focus on Title 26, the Internal Revenue Code. Here we are. And as you read the titles, from Subtitle A to Subtitle K, if there's any of those titles that will remotely may seem like they apply to what it is that you do for a living, due to the fact that all your life you have been conditioned to believe that if you work, you have to pay taxes, my three guesses here would be Subtitle A, Income Tax, Subtitle C, Employment Tax, and Subtitle F, Procedure and Administration. First of all, why Subtitle A, Income Taxes? Well, all our lives we've been told that we have to pay income taxes. And Subtitle A is the part of the code that gives you the tables by which to compute the taxes taken out from your paycheck, and also who is required or made liable to pay those taxes. Chapter 1, Normal Taxes and Surtaxes. On Part 1, Tax on Individuals. Section 1 is tax imposed, the Section 2 is definitions and special rules, and then Section 3, tax tables for individuals. And then Section 5, you have your cross-references. Chapter 2, Tax on Self-Employment Income. You have Sections 1401, Rate of Tax, Section 1402, the definitions, and then Section 1403, the miscellaneous provisions. Chapter 3, Withholding of Tax on Non-Resident Aliens and Foreign Corporations. You have Subchapter A, Non-Resident Aliens and Foreign Corporations, and then Subchapter B, Application of Withholding Provisions. Now we move on to Subtitle C, Employment Taxes, where you will find Chapters 21 through Chapter 25. But within those chapters is Chapter 24, the Collection of Income Tax as Source on Wages, where you will find Section 3401, the Definition Section, Section 3402, Income Tax Collected as Source, Section 3403, the Liability for Tax, Section 3404, Return and Payment by Governmental Employer, Section 3405, Special Rules for Pensions, Annuities, and certain other deferred income, and Section 3406, Backup Withholding. Now, on to Subtitle F, Procedure and Administration. Under Chapter 61, Information and Returns, you have Subchapter A, Returns and Records, and Subchapter B, Miscellaneous Provisions. And following, you have Time and Place for Paying Tax, Assessment, Collection, Abatements, so on and so forth. This is the part of the code where all the need-to-know information concerning the procedures and the definitions and the rules are located within Title 26. Now, let's switch over to the Code of Federal Regulations. What is the Code of Federal Regulations? Let's read it. The Code of Federal Regulations, CFR Annual Edition, is the codification of the general and permanent rules published in the Federal Register by the departments and agencies of the federal government. And reading the first and the last line, the online CFR is a joint project authorized by the publisher to provide the public with enhanced access to government information. Now read the second part here. It is divided into 50 titles, which is actually now 54, that represent broad areas subject to federal regulation. Each title is divided into chapters, which usually bear the name of the issuing agency. And let me just throw this in here real quick so you can see what they mean. In this case, the Internal Revenue Code is the title and the Internal Revenue Service is the agency for that title. Each chapter is further subdivided into parts that cover specific regulatory areas. Large parts may be subdivided into subparts. All parts are organized in sections, and most citations to the CFR refer to the material at the section level. And here you can see how the Code of Federal Regulations covers Subchapter A, Income Tax, Subchapter C, Employment Taxes, and Subchapter F, Procedure and Administration. Now here's an example of how the Code of Federal Regulation is coded. Here you have Section 1.1-1. What it's telling you is that you're reading Part 1, which is income taxes. Dot 1 is the first section of Part 1, and Dash 1 will be the first paragraph of Section 1, which in this case is income tax on individuals. Next, we have Subchapter C, which is employment taxes and collection of income taxes source, with its coded sections, which is numbered as 31.0-1 through 31-7805-1. With 0-1 indicating the very beginning of Part 31 and 7805-1 indicating the very end of Part 31. Towards the bottom, we have Subpart E, Collection of Income Tax at Source, which deals specifically with the withholding provisions for employment taxes under Chapter 24 of the Internal Revenue Code. And lastly, we come to Part 301, which is Procedures and Administration. And you can stop the video and check to see that it includes the very same topics that the code includes under employment taxes. And as an added bonus, I will throw in Part 601, Statement of Procedural Rules, under Subchapter H, Internal Revenue Practice, and it covers from Part 601.101 to 601.901. Okay, I just gave you a glimpse of what it all looks like online so that you may research it for yourself, and hopefully you will come to the point in your life where you can say, I get it! So once again, if you like my videos, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and share it with everybody that you know. And I will see you on my next video.